Hello students, welcome back to Thermal classes. Today in this session we are going to learn about the most important topic in arithmetic, that is finding out the square numbers. Finding out the square numbers of different numbers. Okay, this topic is very important, not just for arithmetic topic. So it is also important for the pure maths and also for the reasoning. Okay, so first of all let's look at what is a perfect square means that. So what is a perfect square? Square means, what is a perfect square? Which means that suppose if I take the number 49, I can say that 49 is a perfect square. But how do I say that 49 is a perfect square? A perfect square is nothing but if you write a number as a product of two similar numbers, that number is called a perfect square. Suppose if I take 49, can I write 49 as a product of two similar number, two same number? Yes, I can write. That is what? 7 into 7. 7 into 7 is what? 49. And similarly, if I take 64, I can say that 64 is what? I can say that 64 is a perfect square because 64 can be written as 8 into 8, right? So if I write any number as a product of two similar numbers or two same numbers, then I can say that that particular number is a perfect square. Now in this session we are going to learn about how to find out the squares. Okay, so here before we get into all the different kinds of squares, how do you find out? So the prior thing is, the first thing is we had to by heart few square numbers from 1 to 30, minimum 1 to 30. Okay, so minimum you have to remember, you have to by heart the squares from 1 to 30, because so when you do problems on reasoning or arithmetic, so most of the time you come across finding out the square numbers. And I repeat, already in the previous classes I told you that the finding out the square numbers, cube numbers and tables are very important. So here suppose if we have the term 14 square, 14 square means that what? So 14 square actually means that 14 into 14. You can multiply 14 ones are 14 fours are. So you can multiply the numbers and then you can find out the answer. But the thing is, so calculation plays an important role. So time plays an important role. So 14 square, so if you do it like 14 into 40, so it will take time. So we have many number of terms related to the squares and cubes. If you keep on just multiplying the numbers, so maximum time you can waste it on that. Okay, that's why it is advisable that, so you just remember 1 to 30 squares minimum, then rest of the things just leave it to me within fraction of seconds. That means that within 2 or 3 seconds you can find out any square number. Of course we'll learn about the squares, finding out the squares, square roots, cubes and cube roots, but our topic today is finding out the squares. How do you find out the square roots? Not in a conventional way. How do you find out it very quickly in just 3 seconds or 4 seconds? Okay, but before that you must remember, you by heart the numbers from 1 to 30. You by heart the squares from 1 to 30, minimum, that is minimum. If you remember them from 1 to 40, that is more than enough for you. Okay, 1 to 40 is very good. At least you just remember or by heart the squares from 1 to 30. So we have it on the board. So 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, 6 square, 7 square, 8 square and 9 square and 10 square. You just separately write it on a paper or a chart. You just stick it on a wall on in your room. Okay, then you can easily remember the things. So daily if you practice, if you just spend 5 minutes of time on the squares over a period of time, you can easily remember it. Okay, but I must tell you this is very important. It is important, not just the usage of squares is not just confined to or limited to only this one, only arithmetic. It is also important for the reasoning. Okay, reasoning, which is a very simple, which we have a very simple topics, which you may think that a very simple thing where you can score a lot of marks. Even for that, what you require is finding out the squares and cubes. Even in the arithmetic, if you don't know some number like 23 square, of course you can write it as 23 into 23, you will get the answer. But whereas in the reasoning topic, you have a topic called number series. There you need to identify the numbers. Suppose when I say that 625, just by looking at the number you can immediately say that that number can be written as a square, perfect square. Or also suppose if I give you that 1331, immediately if you look at that number you can say that that number is a cube of 11 cube, 11 into 11 into 11. In the reasoning topic, it is not only just to find out the square numbers, so it is not just enough to learn the squares, by heart the squares. Apart from that, you need to identify those numbers. That means that you can understand that how important these things, and daily you practice till the end of the exam. Okay, so then you can easily remember it after over a period of time, then you can easily remember the things. Okay, anyway, you just glance at them, you just copy down on your paper, and then we'll go to the next one. I mean, like, so how do you find out the different numbers, square numbers? So 1 to 30 is mandatory, and if you can remember that from 31 to 40, that is very good. Okay, from there onwards I will help you out how do you find out the square numbers. Okay, so I have the numbers from 1 to 40. Now we'll look at the different logics for the numbers, remaining numbers. Okay, let's look at the numbers from 41 to 50. How do you find out the square of numbers from 41 to 50? 41 to 50. So the logic for the numbers, to find out the square of numbers from 41 to 50 is, okay, so let's take that. Suppose if I want to find out 51, so the answer is 1681. So answer is 1681. The logic is, okay, so for the numbers from 41 to 50, so the complete final square number is a 4-digit number. So you have a 4-digit number. Finally, you have a square which is a 4-digit number. Then you break it into two parts, the first two parts and the second two parts. The logic for the first two parts is 15 plus unit digit. 15 plus unit digit of the given number. So this is for the first two digits. And for the next two digits, the logic is 10 minus unit digit whole square. 10 minus unit digit whole square. Okay, so just remember this one. So a very simple thing. So whenever you supposed to find out the square numbers from 41 to 50, any number from 41 to 50, so simply remember this concept. The first two digits, so the final, I mean anyway the square of numbers from 41 to 50 is a 4-digit number. For the first two digit numbers, the thing is 15 plus unit digit. For the next two digit numbers, the thing is 10 minus unit digit whole square. Suppose let's take that 41 square. 41 square is what? 15. What is the logic? 15 plus unit digit. In the number 41, so 15 plus unit digit is what? 1. 15 plus 1 is 16. This is for the first two digits. Next two digits is what? 10 minus unit digit whole square. 10 minus 1. 10 minus 1 is what? 9. 9 square is what? 81. So what is the answer? 1681. Let's take another example. That is, let's take that 44 square. 44 square means that again you have 15 plus unit digit. What is 15 plus unit digit? 15 plus unit digit is 4. 15 plus 4 is 19. 10 minus unit digit whole square for the next two digits, that is 10 minus 4 is, yes, 10 minus 4 is 6. 6 square is what? 36. Okay, do you get it? So next one, 48 say. Let's say that 48 square. I am finding out the number for 48 square. So what is the final answer? The final answer is, finally you have a 4-digit number as a square number. For the first two digits, 15 minus unit digit, 15 plus unit digit. 15 plus unit digit is what? Unit digit is 8. 15 plus 8 is, yes, 23. Now 10 minus unit digit whole square. 10 minus 8 is what? 10 minus unit digit is nothing but 10 minus 8. 10 minus 8 is what? 2. 2 square is what? 4. But we should have 2-digit number here, right? Okay, even though the square is 4, but we cannot simply write 4 only. So since we have 2 digits here, so we should write it as 04. Because 10 minus 8 is what? 04, right? So the final answer is what? 48 square is 2304. So likewise you can find out for any number which is from 41 to 50. If you take the number, any number from 41 to 50, so what is the logic? Just remember the logic. The logic here is, we have a 4-digit number as a square. The first 2-digit numbers are what? 15 plus unit digit. And the next 2 digits are what? 10 minus unit digit whole square. So this is for the numbers from 41 to 50. Okay, let's have a look on other numbers which are numbers from 51 to 60 to find out the squares for the numbers from 51 to 60. So the logic here is, so again we have a 4-digit number. So for the first 2 digits, the logic is 25 plus unit digit. 25 plus unit digit. So this is for the first 2 digits. And the next 2 digits is, here if you just look at this one, so 15 plus unit digit for the first 2 digits, and the next 2 digits are 10 minus unit digit whole square. Here we don't require that one. So here we have directly square the unit digit. Directly square the number of unit digit. So suppose if I take that 52 square, if I suppose to find out 52 square, so what is the first 2 digits? 25 plus unit digit. 25 plus 2 is what? 27. So that is for the first 2 digits. What about the next 2 digits? Directly you take the square of unit digit. What is the square of number unit digit? 2. 2 square means that what? 4. By the way, it is a 4-digit number, so we break up as, so first 2 digits, next 2 digits. Even though 2 square is 4, I should write it as what? 0, 4, because we have 2 digits in the next part. So 2704. Let's take that 53 square. 53 square means that again 25 plus unit digit. So 28. And the next 2 digits are what? Unit digit direct whole square. 3 square means that what? 9. 9. But by the way, we should have 2 digits. Since we have 9 only, so we should write it as 09. Let's take another number. Which is 56 square. 56 square. Okay. Now you do it. 56 square. 56 square means that again 25 plus unit digit. 25 plus 6 is what? 31. So this is for the first 2 numbers. What about the next 2 numbers? 2 digits. So 6 square directly. 6 square is what? 36. Let's take another number from the numbers. So 51 to 16. 59 square. So 25 plus unit digit. The first 2 digits are 25 plus unit digit. 25 plus 9 is what? Yes, 34. The next 2 digits are what? Directly take the square of unit digit. What is the unit digit we have? 9. 9 square means that 81. So 59 square is what? 34, 81. So likewise, when you are supposed to find out the squares of 41 to 50, squares from 41 to 50. So 15 plus unit digit and 10 minus unit digit whole square is the logic. And for the numbers 51 to 60, the logic is 25 plus unit digit, and for the next 2 digits, the logic is what? Unit digit whole square. Is it clear? Okay. Let's go for another numbers. Different numbers. So we have different numbers. We have different ways that we find out the squares. Okay. For different numbers, we have a different approach. Okay. Almost all with a little difference. Okay. Now we can find out the squares of any numbers which are nearer to the 10 power n's. Okay, so here we are supposed to look at the numbers which are nearer to 10 power n. So how do you find out the squares of numbers? How do you find out the squares of number which are nearer to 10 power n? 10 power n means that is 10 power 1, 10 square, 100, 10 cube, 1000, so or 10,000, so likewise, etc. Okay, so numbers nearer to 10 power n. So which means that, so how do you find out the squares of numbers which are nearer to 100, 1000, 10,000? Now we will see it. Okay, let's take one number. Take a number. Like suppose if I take that 106 square. So this is nearer to 10 power n. 10 power n means that 100. Okay, we have the anyways the numbers which are nearer to 10. We know how to find out. Numbers nearer to 10 means that either 11 to 19 or 1 to 9. We already know that. So we have already by heart them. Okay, no problem with them. But if the numbers are nearer to 100, 1000 and 10,000 or 1 lakh, it can be any 10 power n. How do you find out them? Okay, 106. Let's take the number 106 square. To find out the square of 106 square. So we have different approaches, but the smartest approach is 106. Okay, you take the number 106. What is the nearest base value? The nearest base value is 100. We take 106 is nearer to which number? 100. Now you tell me that 106 is how much more than the number 100? We take the base value is 100. How much this 106 is more than 100? 6. Okay, so more than means that plus 6. Now we add these two terms. 106 plus 6 is what? 112. This is for the left side part. And when it comes to the right side part, just simply square this number. Whatever the number you are adding, just simply square that number. 6 square is what? 36. So this is your final answer. Is it clear? 106. We have the number 106. Just immediately think that 106 is nearer to which base number? 100. So how much it is more than 100? 106 plus 6. 106 plus 6 is 112. So first you add these two terms 112 and then simply square this number. 6 square is what? 36. Let's go for another number. 108 square. Simply we will take 108 square. Okay. Actually, while finding out this particular squares which are nearer to 100 or 1000, without using pen or paper, you can immediately find out the answer. You don't need to use your pen and paper for this kind of problems to find out the squares. Okay. Anyway, you will find out the square numbers within a fraction of seconds. 108 square means that, see 108 means that how much it is more than 100? 8 more than 100, right? So 108 plus 8. So 108 plus 8 means that 116, which is the what number we are adding? 8. 8 square means that what? 64. So the final answer is what? 116, 64. Okay. Anyway, let's see this. How much this number is more than 100? 8. So add this term. 108 plus 8 is what? 116. This is left side part. And when it comes to the right side part, simply square this number. 8 square is what? 64. So what is the final answer? 11664. Let's look at another example. The number is 109 square. 109 square. The number is 109 square. How much it is more than 100? Yes, 9. 109 plus 9 is what? 118. 9 square is what? 81. 118, 81 is your answer. See how much it is more than 100? 9 more than 100. So 118. And after that simply square this number. 9 square is what? 81. So the answer is what? 118, 81. Okay. So but you have to remember one point here. Okay. So it's good that you are doing the problem, but you have to remember one point here. Suppose if I give you that 103 square. Okay. How do you find out? Yes, it is nearer to 100. How much it is more than 100? So 3 more than 100. So add plus 3. 103 plus 3 is what? 106. After that you have to square this number. 3 square is 9. 3 square is what? 9. Is it your final answer? 1069 is your final answer? If you just look at the remaining numbers 112, 36, 118, 581. So actually we have 5 digit, but here we have 4 digit. That means that we had done some mistake in this problem. Okay. The procedure is same. We had the number 103. So how much it is more than 100? 103 is how much more than 100? Plus 3. Okay. 3 more than means that when we have more than, then we add plus. If it is less than 100 or if it is less than 1000, then we have to subtract the number. By the way, here we have the number which is more than 100. So that's why we have to add the number. 103 plus 3 is what? 106. After that, so we have to square this number. 3 square is what? 9. But this is not your final answer. You remember one point, a very, very important point here. Okay. So while squaring this number, always make sure that the number of digits in the right side part should be equal to the number of zeros in the base value. Which means that, so what is the base value I am taking here? The base value is 100. Base value means that for which value 100, 1000, 10,000, these are called base values. Okay. So because we are looking at how much it is more than 100 or how much it is less than 100. That's why we call it as base value. What is the base value here? 100. Okay. So while doing the problem, you always make sure that the number of digits in the right side part must be equal to the number of zeros in the base value. Which means that here, suppose if I take this example, 103 plus 3 is 106, so 3 square means that simply 9. Okay, 100. How many zeros you have in the base value? 2 zeros. Which means the number of digits in the right side must have 2. Okay, because the number of zeros in the base value is what? 2 zeros. That means that you have to, the final answer should have, the right side part should have 2 digits. But I got only 1 digit, right? So that's why I had to put one more 0 before this number. So what is the final answer? 106. The final answer is 10609. Is it clear? This is your final answer. Let's look at another one. If you take another example, 102 square. We'll do all the numbers. After the completion of this topic, you can find out any number. I can say that any number square within fraction of seconds. You can find out any number square within fraction of seconds. Okay. So 102 square. Again, what is the base value? 100. How much it is more than 100? So 2 more than. So add the terms. So 102 plus 2 is what? 104. And after that you have to square this number. 2 square is what? 4. But you always make sure that the number of digits in the right side part should be equal to the number of zeros in the base value. How many zeros we have? 2 zeros. That means that I should have 2 digits in the right side part. But I have only 1 digit. If I have only 1 digit, I had to put 1 0 before it. So what is the final answer? 10404. Okay. Let's take another example. Now you have the number 1009 square. You have the number 1009 square. Okay, again. So how much it is more than 1000? 9. Okay, so 1009 plus 9 is what? 1018. 9 square is what? 81. But the base value is what? 100,000, which means that 3 zeros. So I should have 3 digits in the right side part since you don't have it. So you should put it like 081. So the final answer is what? 1018081. That is your final answer. Okay, as I already mentioned that you don't need to use your pen or paper. You don't need to put your pen and paper on the, you don't need to put your pen on the paper. You can immediately find out the answer, right? Okay, 1009 means that. So what is the base value? 1000. How much it is more than 1000? 9. So which means that 9 plus 9 is what? 18. Then you have to square this number, right? So 9 square means that what? 9 square means that 81. But make sure that the number of digits in the right side part should be equal to the number of zeros in the base value. How many zeros you have? 3 zeros. That means that I should have 3 digits only. But only I had 2 digits. So I had to put 0 here. If I have only 2 digits, I had to put 1 0 before it. So what is the final answer? 10188081. So this is my final answer. Okay, let's look at the number 1024 square. What is the answer? 1024 square. What is the answer for 1024 square? Yes, 1048576. Okay, so you must remember, you must by heart the squares from 1 to 30 minimum. Okay, but this is very important. So even if you remember 1 to 40, it is a very handy to you. Okay, 1 to 30 is mandatory. So 31 to 40, if you have time, so definitely you should learn it. Okay, because 1 to 40 if you remember, so then you can find out the square of any number within fraction of seconds. By the way, 1024 means that again the base value is 1000. How much it is more than 1000? 24. So 1024. Add the numbers 10448. And after that simply square this number. 24 square is what? 576. So please check the number of digits in the right side part. How many digits we have? 3 digits. I have 3 zeros in the base value. 3 zeros, 3 digits in the right side part. So the answer is what? 1048576. Is it clear? Okay, let's have another look. Let's have do the next problem. 10,052 square. 10,052 square. What is the answer for 10,052 square? How much it is more than 10,000? it is 52 more than. So 2 plus 2, 5 plus 1, 10401. So this is left side part, right hand part is what? 52 square. You know what is 52 square? You know the logic for 52 square. So what is the logic for the numbers from 51 to 60? Yes, 25 plus unit digit. 25 plus unit digit is what? 27. And directly square this number. 2 square is what? 404. So 2704. What is the answer? 10104, 10104, 2704. So this is your final answer. Okay. So you can check the number of digits in the right side part. So how many digits I have? 4 digits. How many zeros I have here? 4 zeros. So the answer is what? 10104, 2704. So equal number of zeros, equal number of digits, right? So this is how we find out the numbers which are nearer to the 10 powers. So it can be 1 lakh, 1,20,000, or it can be 10,000, numbers nearer to 10,000, or numbers nearer to the 100. You can find out any number. Okay. And we have different examples for this. So one by one we'll do it. Okay. So till now the problems what I am taking is the numbers are more than the base value. What if the numbers are less than the base value? Again you will apply the same concept. So more than means that you add the numbers, less than means that you subtract the numbers. Okay, suppose if I take the example 96 square. What is the square number? Find the square number of 96. 96 square is how much? Okay, so again 96 is nearer to which number? Yes, 96 is nearer to 100. How much it is less than 100? Actually you don't need to write these numbers. You can directly find out the answer anyway. So 96 square means that how much it is less than 100? It is less than 100 by 4. Less than means that minus. It is represented by minus, right? So instead of adding the numbers, we should subtract the numbers. 96 minus 4 is what? 92. And then 4 square is what? 60. How many digits we have? 2 digits. How many zeros we have in the base value? 2 zeros, which means that both are equal. The procedure is same. We have the exact procedure like how we did for the previous numbers, but the only difference is in the previous numbers the numbers are more than the base value. Here the numbers are less than the base values. So less than means that we have to subtract the numbers, and the remaining procedure is as same as the previous numbers. Like let's take that 997 square. 997 square. How much it is less than 1000? Because the nearer number is what? The nearer number is nothing but 1000. How much it is less than 1000? 3 less than 1000. So 994. And after that you simply square this number. 3 square is what? 9. But what is the base value? The base value is 1000. The base value is 1000. How many digits? How many zeros we have? 3 zeros. That means that I should have 3 digits in the right side part. But only I have how many digits? Yes, only single digit. That means that if I have less number of digits, I have to put 2 zeros. What is the final answer? 994009. So this is the final answer. Okay. And actually you don't require pen and paper to solve this kind of questions to find out the square numbers. 986 square. What is the square of 986? Yes, you subtract the numbers. How much it is less than 1000? 4, 7, 9. 14 square is what? 196. Right? 14 square is nothing but 196. So the final answer is what? 972, 196. What is the nearest base value? 1000. How many zeros we have? 3 zeros. That means that I should have 3 digits in the right side part, which I had already. So we don't need to disturb the final answer. The final answer is what? 972196. Okay, is it clear? Even it is more than or less than, we follow the same procedure. If it is more than, we add the terms. If it is less than, we have to subtract the numbers. Okay, so this is about the basic numbers which are directly nearer to the 1000 and 10,000. And also we have different models, different approaches, and all the square numbers we can find out within fraction of seconds. In the next session, we'll discuss about more number of squares. Okay, thank you.